Next, let's create the different areas of the menu. If you'll notice on the instructions, I've given you how to format each area, what the font, the size, the tabs that should be set. Every area that you see text will have to have its own text box. So let's do the Build Your Pizza area first. I'm going to go back into InDesign, and I'm going to choose my Type tool, the one that looks like a T. With my Type tool, I'm going to click and drag and create a text box, and in all caps I'm going to type Build Your Pizza. Next, I need to format this text. I'm going to highlight my text, and following along by what I have on our instructions, I know my font should be Optima, so I'm going to go to the top left hand side, choose Optima, there it is, and it's going to be regular. Excuse me, it should be Optima Bold, so instead of Optima, let's choose Bold, and there we go. I also need it to be white, so I'm going to double click on the fill color swatch of paper in my swatches palette, change it to white. Even though you can't see it, the text is still there, and the size of it needs to be 21 point. So at the very top, here's 12 point, let's bump it up to 21. There we go. Also, I know it needs to be centered, so to change the alignment at the very top center in your tool options, here's Center Alignment. Now the text is centered. The last thing I need to do is to change the color of my text box. To change the color of the box, I'm going to select my black arrow, my selection tool. With the box selected, I'm then going to click on the blue swatch that we created. This will change the color of the text box now. I can even bring in the bottom portion and tighten up the way it should look. Remember, if you go too far, it'll get rid of your text, and you don't want that. So let's center it up. The last thing I need to do is to add rounded corners to my text box. To do this, if you look in the very top towards the center of your tool options, there's a little drop-down selection that gives different areas or different decorations for the edges of your text boxes. And the last one is rounded. You can adjust how rounded the edges are by clicking on the number that's above it. So if you give it a higher rounded radius, it'll be a little bit more rounded. Let's bring it back down to 0.1. Let's do 0.125. And there we have the title of it. I'm going to place it within my text document. Remember, all these text documents should remain inside of your margins. For each area, you'll notice that all we're doing is changing the type and also changing the color. So I can quickly make a copy of each one of these for pizza toppings, Italian pasta, and extras. So let's do that right now. With it selected, I can go to Edit and Copy, and then Edit and Paste, and that'll paste a copy of it down here. If I really wanted to quickly do a copy of it, I can hold down my Option key, just like in Illustrator, and click and drag, and it will automatically make another copy of that title as well. All I have to do now is select each text box, and so I know pizza toppings is going to be red, and then change the color to the red we selected. For the next one, it's going to be green, so I'm going to select that one, choose green, and the final one's going to stay blue just like the rest of them. I'll choose my text tool and change the text inside of each one. So this is pizza toppings. This next one is Italian pasta. And the final one is extras. If you ever need to zoom in and out, you can hit Command and the plus sign and the minus sign, and it'll zoom out and show you your whole thing. You can hit Command 0, and it'll pop it full size to your screen.